Good morning. I really wasn't sure what I was going to talk about today. My last talk was the result of an unfortunate situation that created anger in my life. Well, the universe never fails to supply. This time when I had an unfortunate situation, I didn't get angry. I was sad as my air conditioning repair bill escalated to $6,000. I used a lot of the techniques I talked about last time. I did a lot of deep breathing, and I examined my emotions. And as I released my emotion, I became the observer, and I asked, what lesson am I to learn from this experience? And the first thing that popped into my mind was, I worked hard for my money, and the condenser was still under warranty. How could it possibly cost $6,000? As I continued my deep breathing and released my emotion, I realized that my sadness was the result of fear. Was I going to have enough money to support myself with the cost of gasoline and food escalating? I said, stop. Where is that coming from? Not from my youth. My parents didn't plan for the future and they survived. I had planned for the future. I was attached to the money. I realized I should be grateful that I had the money to pay for the repair, and I should trust the universe to provide. As I continued my meditation, I totally released all of my negative emotions, and the cost of the repair started coming down. My house is nice and cool. I can work in my office without the condenser running constantly, and I am grateful. But I also realize that I spend more time in my office writing talks and workshops than I do out enjoying life's adventures. And I think that's why the universe keeps coming to me with these challenging lessons. It's a wake-up call to get out there and enjoy life. As I started writing my talk, I tuned into Good Morning America. And there were multiple segments on the status of the economy. And I realized that my fear was the result of the economy. So as I contemplated the economy, I remembered many years ago when we were also having a downturn in the economy that I attended a workshop. And that was led by Tom Hopkins. And he really changed my life when he said, there's no such thing as a depressed economy, just depressed people. And that's when the champion can get ahead because there's no competition. Well, that was a turning point in my life. I was a single mom with 2 daughters approaching college age, and I needed to make more money. But I knew in a bad economy, it's not a good idea to change careers. But I took Tom's advice and I went out and I landed a job in sales. In fact, I became my company's first female salesperson. And this led to a 22-year career that afforded me the opportunity for early retirement. Well, here I go again. The economy's going south and it's another opportunity to become a champion. We've all been affected by the pain at the pump, and the economy goes in cycles, and our parents or grandparents survived the Great Depression, and we'll certainly survive this downturn in the economy. Does no good to worry and complain. Instead, there are positive things we can do. What a wonderful opportunity to go green. More and more people are recycling, looking for alternate forms of transportation and carpooling. It's a wonderful time to plant a victory garden and enjoy fresh seasonal produce. Just changing your air conditioning by a couple of degrees can make a big difference. And this fall, when the weather starts to cool down, open your windows and enjoy some fresh air. Instead of the usual vacation, enjoy life's simple pleasures. We have parks and lakes and beaches close at hand. And in fact, going to a movie can be an instant vacation. So during the Depression, movies became popular. But when you go to the movie, make sure that you go to a funny movie and avoid anything that creates depression, even if you have to stop watching the news. Helen Keller said, keep your face to the sunshine, you'll never see the shadows. I know if I don't like what's on TV, I just change the channel. So why can't I just reprogram my life so that I can reinterpret life's events? The mind's a complex computer, and we were programmed early in life that we have to control and manipulate others and the world around us in order to be happy. We were programmed to believe that love must be earned, that there must be a price placed on love. We were taught to judge others according to the degree of support or threat that we perceive them to be. We learned to magnify differences and suppress similarities, and this destroyed our ability to love unconditionally. If you have been programmed to be hostile, you'll live in a hostile world because others react to your actions. If you're programmed to criticize and reject others, they'll treat you in the same way. If you spend your energy attempting to manipulate others, you may have some degree of success, but it'll take a heavy toll on you personally. You'll experience separation and alienation. If you reprogram yourself to love unconditionally, others will mirror your love. Your relationships will become more open and honest and lasting. The more you lovingly accept people into your life without condition, the more they enjoy being around you. They're no longer paranoid or defensive when they're with you, and they feel more free and liberated when they're around you. They trust you, and they enjoy the mutually supportive energy that resides between you. Once your unconditional love begins to flow, you'll find that others begin to love you more unconditionally, and the unconditional love will multiply. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could just hit the delete key on our computer and remove our negative, critical, fearful, and judgmental programming? Our lives would be a whole lot happier if we didn't experience addictions. Now, the kind of addiction I'm talking about isn't the usual cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, or eating disorders. These are only a reflection of a deeper addiction. The addiction I'm talking about is any happiness-destroying program. If you feel tension in your body, if you feel life can't be changed, if you're plagued with a problem, then you have an addiction. If you're constantly struggling to find security, money, sex, pleasant sensations, ego rushes, prestige, power, and status, you have an addiction. When your emotions tell you that you're unhappy, you may blame someone else for your unhappiness. Someone may not be living up to your addictive programming. Take responsibility. You have written your programs. Your addictions are making you unhappy, not the other person. There's a connection between your emotional programming and your suffering. When you allow addictive programming to run over and over within your mind, it becomes a computer feedback loop that repeats and repeats and repeats until you believe life can't be changed.